Welcome back to another episode of the PokeStop Podcast, your favorite Pokemon TCG podcast. My name is Zach Pra. As always, I am joined by my wonderful co-host, Thad Wayne. Thad, how you doing today?
Zach, I'm doing just dandy today.
That's
Just
good.
chilling in this great weather.
Yeah, it is Halloween week here in Ohio, which means it is cold, which I hate personally. I love summer weather. Honestly, I love like spring and summer. I feel like those are just like OP months. And then like if I could just be like March to September all year round, I'd be super happy. Like we could just like do that back and forth. Like that'd be cool.
I agree.
But it is what it is. But what we do have though, Thad, is we have results from this weekend in the weirdly short Mega Evolution format, where there's like 4 weekends of regionals, and like that's it. Like this is such a short format. Like it feels like 2 weeks ago we were talking about like the release of Mega Evolution, because in fact we were. So it's actually insane that like we're already like looking ahead to see what's in Phantasmal, and it's absolutely insane that we are like, I don't even know when did Mega come out? Wasn't it like the end of September?
Yep, like the last weekend of September, so like the 20.
Yeah, so
the
we
weekend
are
before the last.
Yeah, so Phantasmal has been out for 5 weeks. It had 5 weeks from release to start of pre-releases for the next set, which I feel like most people, once you start having the pre-release, like you just don't care about the previous format anymore. Like you're just like, I'm good. I'm moving on. Unless it's like a format you really enjoy, or like your favorite deck is like really good in that format, I feel like you're just like, I'm good. I know like for our locals, we usually do like the pre-release, and then the next week, which is technically before the set releases, we just do like proxies allowed, so people can like play the new stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you hate to have all the new stuff out and then like just not be able to play with it, like that feels bad. So
it always feels really weird when you have to like, we do this thing where we like jump ahead to the new set, the pre-release, then we have to jump back to the old set just to 72 hours later jump ahead to the new set again. Like it just, I don't know. And I get it, like if it's like a Challenger Cup or whatever, like you are required to follow that format. But I feel like for locals, when you're able to kind of do whatever format you want, like it just seems really weird to like pigeonhole it into the old stuff for like really for I don't know, for really no reason, I guess. I don't know. But we had Lille, which did not have Guardy win. Guardy not even in the top 8 decks. Guardy having a rough go of it. Only having in the top 16, which was a top 16 asymmetrical cut. Only 2 Guardies in all of top 16, and they both lost in the top 16 round. We had the finals. We had a Dragapult mirror, which I'm going to be honest, I didn't watch any of this regional, just because I live in America and the regional was in France, and it started at like 3 a.m. Like, I was also like, I was really obsessed with ZA. I have finished, I'm going to say as much of ZA as I'm going to finish. I finished the Pokédex. I did all the quests. And my entire team is all level 100. So I was kind of
What's your team? Tell the people
I started with Feraligatr. And then everyone else is actually a tattoo I have. So I have Garchomp, Tyranitar, Gyarados, Dragonite, and Ampharos. So a very dragon-heavy team.
So one fairy Pokemon ruins your entire time.
Yeah, it kind of does. It really did. Yeah, having to like, you go into like the ZA Royale stuff, and you have to like do all like the grinding matches at night, and then you're just like, oh cool, a Clefairy. I now have to figure something out. Honestly, the big thing too is I did probably 90% of my fighting with the Feraligatr, and just like farmed. Yeah, because like I got him to anytime I got rare candies, EXP candies, like everything went into that guy. And we got him like level 100 and then just coasted and just started slamming things.
That's fair.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
great. And then just
I
like
subbed out.
riding the XP like grift, I guess. Like just like
Yeah,
drafting through the XP for everyone else.
yeah. I don't know what I want my team to be yet. I think I'm at like rank D.
Okay.
So I'm still like I'm still in the thick of the game.
Yeah. You're still working through it.
Yeah, so like I just don't know what I want my team to be. I started with Fraligator, Totodile as well. I just finished getting all the Coliseum starters, so I have like
Mm-hmm.
Chespin, Fennekin, and
Yeah.
Froakie now. I'm kind of thinking about shifting my team away from Fraligator and using Greninja instead.
Mm-hmm. I thought about that
Um,
like towards the honestly, once I saw his mega evolution, I wanted to not use him anymore, but at this point he was already level 100 and I'm like I cannot put all this stuff into him and then just not use him at all. So I
which
actually
is fair.
I would never I would if I could not mega evolve, I wouldn't mega evolve. Like
That's fair.
it was only when I have to. But for anyone who has finished the game, the final fight, dragons are actually OP. The very last fight. It's a post game fight. I don't want to ruin it for anyone who's still playing, so I'm gonna leave
Okay.
like no spoilers. But like if you have finished it, you know what I'm talking about, and like dragons just slam.
Yeah, I think the only dragon I have on my team right now is Tyrantrum.
Yeah,
And it's just like one of my favorite Pokemon, dude. Like dinosaur.
yeah, we know, we understand. Dinosaur
Dinosaurs.
will be cool.
Oh, I love dinosaurs. My only Magic the Gathering deck is a dinosaur based deck too.
Yeah,
So
it is
like
really funny. Anytime you talk to me about like magic, you're just like, is it a dinosaur? Ooh, I'm not interested then.
yeah,
Which like
I
I
mean it's like one of
also
the
for the longest time I was the same way with hydras, which I guess are a type of dragon.
yeah. So like I don't know. The only dragon I have is that, and then like I don't really have like a love for any. Like the problem is like I love Houndoom. Houndoom is my favorite Pokemon. It always will be. But it is such a dog shit ass Pokemon.
It is literally a
Like
dog.
it is dog. It is dog, but it
It
is
is
not good
dog.
dog.
We also have dog on the pod. I get it. Your dog wants to be on the podcast.
I know
That's what it
Murphy just wants to be
is.
famous.
Yo, Murphy has a lot of thoughts about the Pokemon trading card game currently, and most of them
Yeah,
involve and getting pet. Like that's 90% of
yeah. Natalie did not like me wanting to name him Doom,
them. Yeah,
but I will get a dog one day, and I will name him Doom.
that's hilarious.
But yeah, no, I mean, so like my team's a bit all over the place. I mean, I don't really know what I'm doing with it right now. Uh, the just like trying to like cover typing. Honestly, my MVP right now is Excadrill.
Okay.
That dude is real good, and his mega is broken. It just becomes like it looks super wonky, but he just becomes a super like it's attack
Oh,
defense.
yeah. Oh, does it? Okay.
Yeah, it's just like
I
all
never
attack
used
and
him.
yeah, dude, he's so good. Just
His
absolutely
mega,
broken.
I feel like could be way cooler.
It could be way cooler. I do like it conceptually though, but realistically, like throughout like the mid game, the majority of what you're playing against is like all weak to ground and rock.
Yeah, for sure.
And so like this dude just eating right now. I'm leveling up a Sliggoo, trying to get myself a Gudra. Gudra's my favorite dragon guy.
Which is crazy because I hate Gudra's like my least favorite dragon.
It is my favorite dragon.
He's just like he's too derpy.
The reason why I love him so much.
I know. It's like I feel that way about like Drampa too. Like they're too derpy. Like
I don't care for Drampa.
I like Dragonite derpiness. Like that's the perfect amount of derp.
That's fair. I can understand that. But yeah, so like just playing through ZA right now, just having a good time. It really is like getting me like hyped for like the next year of like Pokemon cards too, because
For
like
sure.
you know
see
like
what's
you
coming.
see all these you see all the characters, you see all the Pokemon, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, this is cool. Like like there's like I'll put a little spoiler tag here and like a little thing where you can skip ahead, but I'm gonna ruin one of the megas that haven't been announced.
We're good. We can. I think we're. I
What?
think it'll have been like 3 weeks since the game came out. Like, I think we're at the point where you're allowed to spoil things.
That's fair. Just putting a warning out there then. Like Pokemon like Mega Phalanx, like there's gonna be like a lot of like I'm just thinking about like what cool abilities, because like you think of like the Pokemon conceptually normally follow a theme based off of like what they do in game.
Yeah.
So and like we've not seen like a good like I don't think they printed a Phalanx V, but I don't actually did they even print a Phalanx V? I know there's a rap.
Guess you're the wrong guy here.
I don't think they did. I'm gonna find out in like 30 seconds here.
They did. There was a Phalanx V in Rebel Clash.
Yes,
also,
it was dog
and
shit.
they did it did for 2 fighting and colorless did 210 damage during your next turn's Pokemon can't attack. And then the ability, all of your Pokemon that have Phalanx in their name take 20 less damage from attacks after applying weakness and resistance. That is quite terrible.
So I'm curious to see like what like a Mega Phalanx would look like.
Yeah.
Since it's like Voltron based, sort of like Megazoid based.
I would love a tank and heal type Mega Phalanx. I think that could be really cool.
Yeah,
and
so like
combo
you know what I mean,
well,
but like
it has the fighting typing already, probably on the more than likely be a fighting type card. So like it already combos with like Soul Rock, Lunatone, Eep,
ooh yeah,
Power Premium Pros, stuff like that. So that'll be really interesting to see. In a few sets as we start seeing more of the mega block getting revealed. That'll be really cool. Honestly though, like just getting back to the Lille results, this top 8 was stacked. Like one of the more stacked top 8s we've seen in a while. We had Gabriel Fernandez, Henry Brand, who was a world champion, Piper Lapine, who I think is like one of the best players right now. If definitely, I would say the best female player. And I would say I'd put in the top 10 right now of like players in the game. Like if you tell me like if we did like a fantasy draft of like people who I would expect to be in like Top Cut, if she doesn't go in the first 10 picks, I think we're smoking something, honestly. And then also Alberto Conti, who got second place, and then Alexander Rutowicz, who won the whole event. But honestly, just an insanely stacked Top Cut, which is really cool to see. To see like the names to see them do well, I think is always really cool. And also like seeing like names you probably haven't heard of before, also starting to have some success. I think it's a really cool blend, especially in like this list of players. I think it's honestly crazy. Gabriel Fernandez has his worst Masters regional finish is top 8. Which is kind of absurd. Yeah, like he's what did he played the Tord control deck to Belo Horizonte, right?
Yeah. And then I think he played Zoroark to this last one.
Yeah, he played Zoroark to Lille. But that's just that kid's insane. Like I've definitely told this story on the podcast before. But I did play him in a online tournament one time, and like it just felt like you were being danced around. Truly, like you're just like it was like trying to like outcook Gordon Ramsay, and like you just knew he was not going to make a mistake. And I did take a game on him. It was Bolt, I believe post rotation Bolt. Maybe it was pre rotation. I don't know. It was Bolt against Palkia with Noctowl. Oh, so it would have been pre rotation.
Yeah, it was pre rotation.
Yeah, and it was literally just like he never benched the 2 prize return 1, which is like correct. And he would put out a Palkia, but like bench it, so I had to find like the most absurd combo. of like Bolt plus 4 energy plus Prime, which like isn't unheard of, but is really hard to do.
Yeah, hard to do turn 1 going second.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but that was honestly just really impressive by him. I think I think it was kind of hard not to expect that when he aged up this season, to just expect him to continue to be really good. I think just like the level of play among like the high level juniors and seniors, I think it's better than most masters for sure. Like just like even
I mean,
going to cups and like the various cash tournaments in Ohio, like just seeing the level of like the ability on some of these like juniors and seniors who like literally all they do is play Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, like we've experienced it firsthand. Devin, who's come to like every single,
I think he's top 8 at every one of them too.
He has top 8 at every single one of them, which is great. Yeah. Journey Together, Destin Rivals, and Mega Evolution has top 8 at every single one.
I think he got first. His worst at all 3 was a top 8 as well. Like it's just insane.
Yeah. Well, it was a good matchup for him too, which is crazy because he ended up he had a deckless error, so he took a game loss in game 1.
Yeah, that's always the worst.
Yeah, and then he got like it was game loss. His opponent just ran him over, and then he just got donked.
Yeah, it do be that way.
So like it was crazy because like he like had he not had a deckless error and played that first game, there's a chance he still makes top 4.
Yeah, for sure. That is yeah, I mean that's just like I think that's just like the ability we're starting to see out of these like juniors and seniors who like, you know, they definitely have the passion, right? And there's like I think we're also in an era now where like there's enough money to where like, you know, a parent can throw some money into getting their, you know, getting the kid like some coaching from like a pro player, and like there's actual like return on that investment.
Yeah.
You know, which is really cool. Really cool to see. Obviously like new, you know, kids coming into the game and doing well. Yeah, it's really cool. Unfortunately, we didn't have all positive news coming out of Lille. There was another cheating allegation against. I'm not even gonna like say who it was. Honestly, if you're on Twitter, you know who I'm talking about. And the only reason I wanted to talk about this is because I think there is a serious problem in the game right now. Not only with cheating, which I think there is. I think competitive integrity is like drastically important. But then like there needs to be a punishment when that competitive integrity is breached intentionally. Right? And like we saw at Milwaukee, I can't remember this name, but it was someone who ID'd for ASIM and then was DQ'd in deck check for a quote unquote marked sleeve. For I believe it was a Fez that was warped, which like I'm gonna be honest, you ask any competitive player to see their Pheasantipity, you're gonna be able to drive a car under it. Like they're gonna be warped. Like we shuffle them in a regional, you know, we played 30 games minimum, you know, and then that's getting shuffled 15 times a game. I mean, that card's being shuffled 450 times in 36 hours. And like that doesn't even account for like testing games, cups, challenges, locals. You know, I don't know.
Which is like, I think argument for just not riffle shuffling.
I think there needs to be more grace given to players, and like, if I don't know, I think unless it's like very obvious this card was marked and you're intentionally marking it in a way to gain an advantage, versus like, yeah, this card's been shuffled a lot. You know what I mean? I think
that's fair.
We need to have more nuance to that. And I don't know. I know like, and there's always like, you know, there's always the argument of like, well, like what about like the, you know, the rules are the rules. And my counter to that is my opponent was given nuance in Pittsburgh when he accidentally flipped over a prize card in game 3 in a situation where I probably win the set versus tying. if he is given the 2 prize penalty, because the judges, and again, I'm not faulting the judges. I said this post Pittsburgh. I'll say it this time. I'll continue to say it. I don't fault the judges for wanting the game to be decided by the cards and not by the judge calls. I 100% support that. But like, if we're gonna have nuance on that, we need to have nuance on everything. Like, right, we need to have an honest and equitable translation to everything.
Yeah.
But this guy initially said it was an accident. So basically what happened was a counter catcher in his discard accidentally, as he initially said, fell into his hand, which I don't know about you, but like, that's a 1 in a billion chance. Like, I think like most people, I have had a card fall out of my, my deck when I'm shuffling, or my discard when I'm checking through my discard. And like, it almost never falls directly onto your hand the same way your cards were already facing. I don't think that's a crazy take at all.
No, and I will say, I will point this out. He was distracting his opponent.
Yeah, like, I didn't see this. Like, I don't have the full context. But based on what he said on Twitter, go ahead.
Yeah, no, he went through his opponent's discard. As he's putting the discard down, he picked up his deck. As he picked up his deck, he pointed and asked his opponent how many cards in hand, and that's when the drop happened.
No,
as the opponent was like,
okay,
the
we're changing our take mid podcast chat. All right, it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that needs to. Okay, I understand now. I understand. Yes, yeah, so this guy went on Twitter and like tried to like walk it back, basically. Which I'm like, nah. Like, own up to your mistakes. That is, was this on stream?
I think this was. I don't think this was at the regional, was it?
I don't know. To be honest,
like,
how was this caught? Like, how do we know this? Like, how have we seen this happen?
Well, it was recorded.
Okay.
It looked like recorded at like a local, but like, dude, I have no idea. I don't know where the recording came from.
Okay. I only saw what was posted on Twitter in the past few days following this situation. And that's what kind of made me very annoyed, I guess. So basically what happened was, after following this situation, this person said, give me 1 second. I had it a second ago. Okay. After being asked in a tweet, did you intentionally attempt to add the counter catcher to your hand illegally? Yes or no? And he responded to that tweet by saying, yes, I made the choice to make the counter catcher to fall into my hand, and I've accepted it, and I will move on to my life and not make mistakes like that. Okay. So off that context, you have now admitted you cheated, admitted you intentionally manipulated the game to give yourself an unfair advantage. That is cheating. I think that there needs to be more penalty for that than like you get yelled at on Twitter and like DQ'd from a tournament. Like, we need to be having like, you're done for the season, like, or like you get a 12-month, a 6-month, a 12-month. Like, I don't understand how that isn't. Like, I don't even know what the argument would be for like not doing that. Like, what is this? There's no, the competitive integrity, I feel like has been, as the community has like drastically expanded in the last like 3 or 4 years, like post COVID. I feel like competitive integrity, like, and not to sound like the old unk, but like, I mean, back in the day, you would get flamed. Like, if you were caught cheating, like, you would be ostracized from the community.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
And like, I mean, everyone knew you were a cheater.
Like, I will say this, back when I first started playing, there was a kid that I was a senior, so I was like 13 years old, something like that. however old seniors are. I think they're 13 or 14. I went to like a pretty big city league tournament. One of the other seniors got caught cheating, got like stacking his deck, which was super common back then.
Is it who I think it is?
They don't play the game anymore, so probably not. No, because he was a master at the time, but this was a kid that he uh
Okay.
helped coach.
You're good. Keep going.
It was a friend brother of someone that we knew.
Sure. Yeah.
So he didn't play anymore, but yeah, no, it was like super common to like stack the deck.
Yeah.
Back then, and like
Yeah,
it was so hard to catch.
Yeah.
But
I feel like
a judge.
Go ahead.
It was luckily it wasn't against me. It was against somebody else. I was a naive kid. I would have never noticed.
Yeah.
So I get too busy thinking in the tank, and I'm just sitting here looking at my cards, looking at the deck, and I'm looking at the board. And I'm like, So it was funny because it was a judge caught it. They DQ'd him from the tournament. His DQ led to me getting the W.
That's funny.
It was second to last round. He was my only bad matchup in the room in the seniors.
Mm-hmm.
There's only like 6 of us, so like we were our own pod.
Sure.
And he would have been my last round match.
Gotcha.
So because of his DQ, I replayed one of the kids that I beat earlier in a super favorable matchup. And yeah, ended up winning a city league, which was cool, I guess. But like,
yeah. Which for those who have not been playing a long time is essentially a cup.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, like very small local event. Yeah, which like stacking in a locals is crazy. Like that's, I mean, half the time I tell my opponent I don't even want to cut your deck. Like if I know who it is, I will more than likely not even cut. Like, I think it's crazy.
Like if it's like the week before like a regional, I'll do it just to like get in the habit of doing it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because like I have a habit of not cutting. And like sometimes at regionals I'll even mix it up. I'll like cut and not cut just to like, I don't know, pretend like I'm
yeah for sure
playing mind games. But like I think like but back then this kid ended up not ever playing the game again because he got roasted so hard by all 100%. The masters.
Yeah, like and there were
like
I think part of it is like the game was so small. Like the community was like a third of the size it is now. And the other thing too is like Pokemon discourse used to not be on Twitter. It was in Facebook where you have to put your name. Yeah. And so when you got caught doing something, you know, it wasn't like at whatever, you know, at Pokemon Lover 123. It was your name. And then like everyone knew who you were. And you would get like there's a guy who occasionally will show up to stuff in this area and like who has been caught cheating in the past, and like a lot of stores won't even let him in the building. Like they're just like, no, you're not allowed to. We don't want you to play here. Like we're like, you know, doing like we're refusing to give you service. We're a private business. We're allowed to do that.
Yeah, no shoes, no shirt,
no shoes, no stack, no service. No, but it was just like, you know, and it is what it is, you know, and I think that there's a lot more there's a lot more people, and then there's like also the anonymity of like platforms like Twitter that allow that to happen a lot more.
Yeah.
Where, you know, and we've seen various bad influences in the community who are just like part of a very vocal, incredible minority who just like make it seem like everyone feels the same way they do, and like you go to an event and like no one talks to that to these people, and they just like, you know, no one talks to them, no one associates with them, and then it's like, yeah, that's why I also like I love going to in actual events versus like just playing online. It's just like you get to actually talk to people, like you don't deal with like people who are just like permanently online brain broken Twitter users. You know, you get to actually have like conversations with people who like go to work and like know what an Indeed profile looks like.
Ooh.
Yeah, but I think honestly we just need to have a more structured conversation about cheating and about like how do we handle cheating allegations, especially when like they're valid. You know, I mean, there was Eder over in Latin America. Like, has he ever been banned for actively cheating on stream?
Nope.
Like, there's never been a punishment for that. Like, that's insane. Like, that is, and I think it's actions like that, that just like make
Puts
people
bad taste in
think
your
it's okay. Yeah, like it just, you know, it. Now I'm wondering, okay, is this guy cheating? Like, can I trust this? You know. And it's
Like,
just,
do I have to shuffle this person's deck after every?
yeah, I mean it's insane. Like it's crazy. You know, and like I'm all for like people can change and people can be better people and not be bad, you know, and not be terrible people anymore. But at the same time, it's like there needs to be accountability for your actions. Right? Like if I steal something from a store, but I apologize, okay, they might like it's okay. Like they're not gonna be like, oh yeah, come back to our store. No, they're not gonna let you back in the store because you already stole something.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's how that works. Like there are, you know, actions have consequences. I know this is a crazy thought, but like that's a thing. You know, I don't know. It's just it's very frustrating for me to see that. As like, and I feel like
Not
as
anymore.
like people who have been in the community for a long time and like, you know, older members of the community, I think it's more important for us to call this out when we see it. Because like newer players don't know this. Like they don't know that like, and like the same thing when like last episode when like I literally, you know, I spent 40 minutes flaming Gaming Gen. And I don't do that because I want to be mean to Gaming Gen, or I think like it will be beneficial and like somehow like Gaming Gen won't be the event coordinator or TO anymore because I said something on this podcast. No, I'm saying this so people realize and be like, okay, we can expect more. And like I don't know if you saw it, but Lille got the new regional playmats.
Lil did get the new regional playmat.
Lille
Because-
also they got an email from the TO explaining the structure of the tournament. So like if you go X2-1 into after round 8, you're in phase 2. The first round of phase 2 will be played today.
Yeah.
Nothing from never.
Not us.
Have we ever? I mean, we get tweeted at to show up 2 hours early so they can make sure they maximize their profits, and we can wake up at 4 a.m. for an event we paid hundreds of dollars to attend.
Yeah, that's about how Gaming Gen seems to work.
It's optimal. Honestly, I wish like I had the resources to actually travel and like go to different continents to play Pokemon, because like I would love to experience like regionals from other TOs and like compare and contrast. I think that'd be really cool and just actually very beneficial to see like how other TOs are handling things.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day, Thad. We'll get there. Once, you know, listen, once this podcast gets sponsored by like Google, like someone tweet at Google, tell them to sponsor the podcast, and then we'll go to LAIC. That's the goal.
Yeah, let's get
Only Google.
get a big.
No one but Google.
Why Google?
I don't know. They're like just like the biggest company I could think of.
Now I want Pfizer to sponsor us.
Ooh, can we get Fauci to? Yo, let's get Fauci on the pod, and we'll test. We'll show Fauci. We'll choose like some like poison decks. Be like, here's Petulant. Brute Bonnet's ability is called a vaccination. Oh my god, that'll go so well. That'll go really well. I'm sure no one on the internet will get mad about that at all. And no one will understand sarcasm either. It'll be wonderful. Yeah, that's actually hilarious. The last thing I wanted to talk about is we have pre-releases starting for Phantasmal Flames. That set releases in pretty much 2 weeks. from when you guys will be seeing this podcast. So I just wanted to quickly kind of like go through the set list and kind of look at like, you know, outside of like the obvious like fire support this set has, like, are there other things that are going to be really good? So I don't actually know if that's true, to be 100% honest with you.
No, what's true?
If there's other good stuff outside of fire.
There is. I mean, darkness gets a big buff, right, with the Gengar.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we do have the new Mega Gengar EX with the ability. Was it Dark Pokemon that get knocked out? They take one less prize.
Yeah.
So your Charizard EXs are now only getting one prize. Seems good.
Yeah, I mean, like, Gardevoir gets Diancie, which is like whatever. Like, do you even play
I don't
it?
know. I don't think they do.
Maybe.
Honestly, I don't know. Because like we all thought, like, how broken did we think like Jellicent was, and like half the guards don't even play Jellicent. Like it's like a genuine question at this point. Like, am I playing Jelly or not? So I think Diancie also having a terrible weakness right now makes it a really bad play, especially with Goldengo be a very strong deck. I mean, you want to tell Goldengo, hey, I'm gonna give you 3 prizes if you can discard 3 energy. Cool.
Which is fair.
You know, I don't know. And like maybe, and it's also a basic, so like it's also not easy. And they don't really play Turo. So like if you start that, a Dango is just gonna smile. In a matchup that I feel like is already 50-50. Also, like, I don't know, 240 for a 3 prizer just does not feel that good. You know what I mean?
No, you're right. Yeah.
I think maybe post rotation, this is a real deck. Maybe. I think it also just being 3 prizes for 270 damage just does not feel good. Like that just, I don't know, man. We're just trying to lose the turbo decks. I feel like at that point. Psychic also gets the new Wonder Patch though, which is kind of cool. Which is you know, like Dark Patch, Aqua Patch for Psychic Pokemon. That'll be really cool.
They don't know what Aqua Patch is here.
I mean, they know what Dark Patch is.
Oh, that's true.
We also have the new Dawn supporter. Search your deck for a basic Pokemon, a stage 1 evolution, and a stage 2 evolution. So that's pretty good. Supporter, go grab one of everything. And they don't have to be the same Pokemon either. So you could grab like a Dreepy, a Dusclops, and a Pidgeot. That's pretty good. We do have a couple new stadiums. The Battle Coliseum. Prevent all damage counters from being placed on benched Pokemon by the effects of attacks or abilities used by the opponent's Pokemon. I think that stadium is really bad. I think the idea of it's really cool. But it being a stadium that your opponent can bounce before they Curse Blast or Phantom Dive seems bad.
It's good in like Charizard, right? Because Charizard,
yeah, I think in decks that just get bodied by Dusclops and Dusknors, like I think that's really good.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of where it has to live.
Yeah, that's fair. We also have the new Vertigo Valley. Confused Pokemon, both players don't recover from confusion when they evolve or devolve. I think that might be relevant later on the line. I think there's something that hasn't been announced yet that seems really good, because I think the only Pokemon right now that really takes advantage of confusion is the Monkey Dory with the Mind Bend attack. I can't really think of anything else that like really like confusion's relevant. I think this could actually be like a really good like wall control stall deck. If there's like something that's like a confused Pokemon, or like Pokemon affected by special conditions can't retreat, that could be really good. So like you can't like evolve out of your confusion. That could be really good.
Definitely.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say it definitely holds a lot of merit for sure.
Yeah, I think that's just like something where we're gonna have to like put that on a back burner and be like, okay, you're good, just not right now. Like you will at some point probably have a place, but we just don't. We don't know yet. We also have the new Mega Lopunny EX. It is a 330 stage 1 Mega with the Gale Thrust attack for 1 colorless. The base does 60, and then if this Pokemon was on your bench this turn, this attack does 170 more damage. So 1 energy, 230, and no ability. So I think that might become the new Cornerstone out for a lot of decks. Because you do one-shot a Cornerstone, which is really strong. And also 330 is not a terrible amount of health to have. I think it's hard for a lot of decks to hit that number, especially if they're playing Cornerstone. So I think most Dango players are probably pretty excited about that. We also have the Lanoon. I don't know if you've seen this or not. It's just a stage 1 prizer with the Excite Dash ability. If this Pokemon is on your bench and you have a Mega Pokemon EX in play, you may use this ability. Switch this Pokemon with your active Pokemon. And it does have a 1 retreat. So that could be a good way to like swap out your Mega Lopunny and easily reset the Gale Thrust ability.
Yeah, I mean, you also have things like Jet Energy in game still, which is like
For sure.
gonna
100%.
be relevant. You can push around and then retreat back into like a good Tatsugiri engine would like to use something like that. I think Mega Lopunny just easily goes into like Charizard, right?
Yeah.
Because like Charizard
it's a really splashable Pokemon.
Yeah, and I mean like it fixes Charizard's like biggest problem, which is Cornerstone. Like how do you get around a Cornerstone?
I think Charizard, I think Goldango. I think any deck that loses to Cornerstone, this slots in really nicely.
Throw 1/1 in there and you're chilling.
Yeah, for sure. But as you were saying, Dark does get some pretty cool stuff. We have the Toxtricity with the Bad Upper ability. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for 1 basic Darkness energy and attach it to one of your bench Darkness Pokemon. If you do, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. So that I think the idea with that one is you definitely really combo well with the Mega Sharpedo, which has an attack. 2 Darkness energies does 120 damage, and if this Pokemon has any damage counters on it, this attack does 150 more damage. So doing 270 for 2 energy. Not great, not terrible. But there's also a Seviper. If you have a Darkness Mega Evolution and Pokemon in play, this Pokemon's attacks do 120 more damage to your opponent's Pokemon. So the Jet Black Fang attack, you can do 3 Darkness for 240. Not terrible.
No.
I mean, that could be that. That could see a thing somewhere, maybe. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
There's also there's a lot of like really like possibly good niche like just 1 prize Pokemon. There's also a Weavile with has an attack Claws of Retribution for 2 Darkness energies. Does a base of 20. If this Pokemon has 50 HP or less, this attack does 170 more. So 2 energy for 190. Again, not a bad attack.
No, not bad at all.
Just some just like some fairly niche 1 prize Pokemon. And honestly, I mean, in like a format, I know you're a big GLC guy. Do you think any of this stuff is like really good in like a GLC format?
Yeah, no, it's definitely gonna get there.
I was kind of waiting. I knew you were thinking about it.
Yeah, there's actually a lot in this set that's really good for GLC. I shouldn't say a lot. There's a good amount. There's a not. Hold on, let me pull this up real quick. I just want to pull up the set list too. We have a few things that I think that are potentially viable. I'm just gonna just do a couple cards from each type. Genesect with the Bug Cannon attack. Kind of does what you want it to in grass, which is It gives grass like a spread without with being able to get around things like bench barrier because it's dropping damage counters, not doing damage. So
Yeah.
there's some viability for that.
It does do
The thing
damage.
is it does do damage.
Yeah, Bug Cannon.
Oh,
Choose one of your opponent's Pokemon. This attack does 20 damage to it for each
ah,
grass energy attached to this Pokemon. But still, that's pretty good, especially comboing with that with the
the Mega Boom engine.
I was thinking Meganium.
No, it's the Mega Boom engine. So you use Rillaboom to go get 2 energy out of the deck, and then Meganium doubles it.
Oh yeah. We're saying the same thing.
Yeah, we're saying the same thing. Yeah, it's just
yeah.
So that has potential play. It's really weak. It's kind of frail. There's argument that the other Genesect is probably better.
Yeah.
The Shining Genesect, just because it can move energy where you need it to. So that's decent for grass. Fire gets a couple things that are worth talking about at least. Reshiram and Ceruledge.
The baby Ceruledge is really good.
Baby Ceruledge is really good. Super efficient attacker, 1 energy, 220. You discard 4 fire from your hand, or it does nothing. So, you could play that on like a loop sort of deal where you're just SER, Fire Crystal. You have access to a lot of recovery options in GLC.
I think that also gets played in standard for sure. I think that's a 1-of in the deck, and you just like go throw them away.
Again, cornerstone.
Yeah, that's your cornerstone out. That's your Crustle. I think that really makes the Crustle matchup a lot better, especially because you go heavier on the fire versus the fighting, or you just like play like an SER, so you can like loop the Ceruledge.
Yeah,
because you are a deck that already has a ton of draw power.
Yeah, so you're not really missing something like that. So that's good. Reshiram, I could see having some potential in GLC just because GLC is sort of tending the way that standard is. Big basic attackers with stage 2 setups. And 240 for 4 energy. You could play the Charizard from Pokemon Go that doubles every energy in play. So for 2 energy, you could be doing 240. That's potentially viable.
I mean, honestly, also like standard and GLC, the new Charmander is really good. It's an 80 HP Charmander. Nice. It has an ability. If this Pokemon has no energy attached to it, it has no retreat cost. So
the problem is it's not poffinable.
That's fair. Yeah, but I'm just like thinking like for like Mega Charizard, because I don't know if we're playing Poffin in that deck.
Yeah, that's a deck I've been trying to tinker with, and man,
just because I think it depends what you combo it with. Like I think right now, most people are kind of leaning on the Charizard EX or Choreo EX, and then I think it's finding the engine. Like, how am I getting through the deck? Because I feel like just relying on Fez is really bad. And I don't know if Pidgeot EX is the solution. It might be.
I think it's Tatsugiri.
I think it might be as well.
I think Tatsugiri is kind of your.
But we'll have to see. I will say this is the most excited I have been for a new format in a long time. Probably, man, it might be like since like Shrouded Fable, and that was because Fez was there.
That's fair. But moving on with some of my GLC picks here. Your favorite thing to talk about.
I love
GLC. New Optimal Piplup. A Suicune that could see play, 30 plus 90 more if you have 3 or more water energy in play. Again, just tending
which is
towards
really easy to do because you have the Excalibur and the Frostmoth that just load energy.
Yeah, which is super doable. That's not on.
And like 120 is a pretty good number in that format, correct?
It's 120 plus. Normally water plays some sort of like damage buff, like Muscle Band or
yeah, but like 120 is not a bad amount of damage.
No, it's a good early game. Like if you can just attach, get into Frostmoth early, because it's nice because you need to attach 2 energy to it. So if you started going first, you're kind of in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
Lightning really doesn't get anything. There's nothing really good here. None of the.
Yeah.
I mean, lightning's kind of dead right now because fighting is too good. So maybe one day they'll balance lightning out.
Hmm.
Zacian is from Psychic. The limit break attack 50 plus 90 if you have three, if your opponent has three or fewer prizes remaining. So 140 for 2 is pretty good. The
Yeah,
problem
especially
is it's
because like
again,
that deck has like Dimension Valley, and you have a lot of ways to like cheat the second energy.
yeah, I mean in like a low energy like build that could work really well.
Yeah.
You're almost always playing the Mewtwo over this though from Crown Zenith because it
Okay.
does the same thing. It does cost one more energy, but it's 180 for 3.
Yeah, that just
Same
seems
thing,
better.
3. Yeah, so it's Mewtwo's probably just a better version of Zacian, but we'll see. Fighting actually does not get anything this time around.
I
I
mean,
guess
what
if
does
you
it
want,
need?
yeah, at this point, fighting is so broken, it's insane.
Yeah, I think if they printed more, we
I
might be having the band conversation.
Yeah, and I mean, like I was playing after the RSPK event that I got absolutely. I hit every possible counter in the room for my
Yeah.
RSPK deck, which is incredible. Um, After the fact, I just played GLC for like I don't know, like 6 hours.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't think I ever beat fighting.
Hmm.
I mean, we played fighting, or we played the mirror, we played um water psychic version of grass, and it's just fighting is so good.
Yeah.
Dark GLC, I don't know if darkness ever kind of recovers again, saying it's sort of falling under the same thing that lightning is.
Yeah.
Like right now, the GLC meta is basically broken because fighting is really good. So like you look at some of these cards, and you're like, oh, this could be good, like the Weavile, the Toxtricity. I mean, going and getting an energy out of the deck is really good, but the 2 damage counters kind of suck, so you don't really have a way to like move it around.
Yeah.
You don't have like a Monkey Dory in fighting, so there's no like damage counter. Like in a lot of the attackers that you would want to use that for, like Guzzlord, kind of benefit from having such big HP.
Yeah.
It's hard to justify. There's very few low energy cost attackers in darkness. So
Yeah. I think the crocodile could be really cool, but I think it just like it being a stage 2, I think it's just too slow.
yeah, the format's too fast right now.
Yeah.
If in all honesty, it's actually kind of absurd. So I don't know if that's actually good. You do get metal gets the new Archaludon, which could actually be kind
That
of
is,
goaded.
I think looks really good. The 3, honestly, I was also thinking like maybe that makes like regular Archaludon good, especially if like big basics kind of have like a resurgence of just like the
Yeah,
coded attack 3 metal for 120 and then block all damage from basic Pokemon next turn. Like that could be really good
it's
into Bolt. Could be really good into Joltik Box. I think it really just depends like what decks are.
what decks are good.
Yeah, like what's the meta next format?
Yeah, like the Mega Absol deck. How do they
Yeah,
ever get? They can't get
yeah.
around that.
You just stop Tord Box. You just throw up a singular Archaludon.
Yeah, and call it a
Say,
day.
with
Um,
that. Yeah.
yeah. But that could be good in GLC just because again, all the best types use big basic attackers. The only thing is you're still losing to water because Wailord is broken.
In fact, it is.
Um,
Yep.
yeah. So colorless doesn't really get anything. I guess if you really wanted to find something, you have now new optimal like basics like Apom. If you want to do like the Ambipom mill thing, new 70 HP Apom, which is not bad. Bunnery, but there's no reason you're ever going to play that because there's really not a good low punny.
Yeah.
Um, as far as the supporters go, the only ones that I think are ever going to see any play, I mean, you could see Heat Burner being played in like a colorless style deck. Colorless does
You
normally
mean Fire
burn
Breather?
basic fire energy. No, Heat Burner, the
Oh,
item.
the item. Sorry, I thought you were talking about supporters still.
Yeah, I think that actually could see play in colorless because they play a lot of basic fire energy.
Okay.
Just
In
because
like
like you're
a colorless control archetype.
I mean, just regular colorless. Regular colorless just plays fire energy. It plays basic fire
Oh yeah,
energy and
yeah.
then
No, I
special
was just
energy.
saying like in like a like control style deck.
Oh yeah. It would also be good in the controls out, I guess.
Yeah, especially in a format
Um,
where like it's very resource dependent. Just removing
yeah.
a lot of things,
Well, I mean,
that
it's
they need to
also
like play
good
the
because
game.
like the benefit of that with like the more aggressive like fire energy like colorless builds is that you want fire in discard because then it activates things like Raihan, Mela, stuff like that. So
Okay.
it's there's a good reason to play it, I think. But I think you would just play that over Field Blower, which is like
Do you
fine.
think the Sacred Charm would ever have a place there? The new tool, it
Um,
take 30 less from any attacks from Pokemon that have abilities, because that just seems not good in standard. Like honest, like 30
it's
damage just
also
doesn't seem
I
relevant.
think it's that card might as well just get to its bulk. It's just not good. It's not good in anything.
Yeah,
There's
like I
no
just
way.
don't understand where that's relevant.
All the best attackers in GLC don't have abilities. I mean, I'm looking at like Iron Boulder,
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Marshadow.
Yeah, it
Nothing
seems
has
like
abilities.
your abilities are your engines, and your attackers just have the attacks.
Yep, that's pretty much it. Just like standard.
Yeah.
Grimsley is cope if you think that that's good. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Um,
there goes my Grimsley.
Dawn, possibly. There's a GLC Discord that I'm in that we've been sort of debating about Dawn. Could be good in water just because you do require like hydro pump water because you require a lot of setup, right? That could go get you something like your bench barrier plus your Wailord plus your Baxcalibur. So like
Mm-hmm.
it could get you what you need in terms of like attacker plus setup Pokemon plus um ability something. It's possibly good.
Would the punk helmet be
Um
good in anything? In like dark?
it's just tough because like again, Dark doesn't really
Leave
have any
things
good
alive?
like obviously like Grimsey's a lie. It's not good. There's just no reason to play Dark at this point. It's just like why would you play Dark, Fire, or Lightning? Because like you're just gonna run into
You
your
lose to the better
direct
deck.
counter.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you're just gonna lose to the all the other decks that are just way better at doing what you want to do. And now Psychic gets Wonder Patch as well.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and that'll be like an auto include in like every Psychic build.
I'm
It
sure.
really
Yeah.
doesn't even like it just doesn't even matter because like you can even like just say forget Marshat or forget Malamar, right? Because I mean, how often are you, the Inkay is a liability, 60 HP sucks because like you're getting knocked out by a just a raging bolt that has just double dragon on it.
Everything. Like, yeah. There's just so
So
much
like
that
and
you're
it
just weak to.
yeah, and like so I think maybe you just cut the Malamar line and just go with Wonder Patch.
Yeah.
Because I mean you're probably only gonna get like maybe 2 or 3 uses out of the Malamar. And at that point, just don't whiff your energies and set up Zatu. I think Zatu's just way superior at this point. Punk Helmet, Cope. Maybe that's a better Ghastly if you end up playing one of the Darkness type Gengars in your
Sure.
build. But other than that, like there's nothing else. But yeah, that's my GLC review.
Okay. Yeah, I think like honestly, this set seems really good. Honestly, like I think like there's just
It's
so
well
many
rounded.
new things. Yeah, there's like a lot of new stuff coming in, new archetypes, new things for old archetypes. Like nothing that's like absurdly dumb and doesn't buff purple cards named Gardevoir for the 50th time in a row. Um, so that's pretty cool. I don't know. I like Guardy being countered. I'll be honest.
I
I'm
mean,
I'm a
that's
big fan
fair.
of Garden getting countered. Like, I'll never be mad about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's it's just been top of the game for too long. Rotation can't come fast enough for me.
Yeah, there's just so many. Honestly, like as much as I love Bolt, I'm kind of ready for it to leave. Not because I don't want to play the deck, but because I know what comes with that leaving. I know like when that leaves, a lot of other things leave as well that need to leave. So it's kind of like I don't know. We're taking one for the team.
Yeah, I mean the things that you like want to leave will be leaving. The thing that sucks is like we're losing a lot of like recovery options. Like we're losing like Super Rod,
Yeah.
Echoes. I don't know. The whole Paldean Evolve set is like has a bunch of good shit in it.
Yeah.
So we lose like Super Rod, Countercatcher.
Yeah, and I mean, you never know what's going to
Iono.
get printed in the 3 sets till rotation.
There should only be one. Should have Phantasmal than the January set.
Well, yeah, but then we would have the next set, which will come in as
Well,
rotation hits.
yeah, I mean, well, that is the rotation set. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I mean, maybe we get an Iono reprint since they basically spiritually brought Iono back to the game. You can't tell me that there's the one character in the game that is basically
No,
Iono.
I'm saying I don't want Iono. Oh, I understand.
Oh,
I just don't want the card to exist.
I'm willing to bet they print it as like an N reprint.
I would rather have N than Iono.
Yeah, I could see it being more of like a like it'll be like it'll just be
Marnie.
N.
I think Marnie would be better. I think Marnie is fair. I think N and Iono are crazy, especially with as much like prize manipulation as there is in the game right now.
Yeah, because I mean, you think about it, we still got a whole nother year of Dustnor stuff.
Yeah,
SFA doesn't rotate for quite a while, so
SFA's. Yeah, I think we got like another 14 months of Dust North to deal with. So yeah, like
the Fez,
that's
the
gonna be fun.
Pecherons. Night Stretcher rotates. It's gonna be crazy.
That's gonna be wild. Yeah, that's gonna be a rough year. We're gonna be crying. We're all gonna be in the corner crying about like Fez, Stretcher.
Well, I kind of like where the game's going though. Like I think by rotation the game will be in a really good playable spot. Like
yeah, I'm really excited for where we're gonna be.
I don't love where we're at now.
Months. I don't either. I think I don't know. I feel like a lot of times like the fall winter Pokemon experience just is not that great because we're kind of in that like I'm ready for rotation to hit phase.
Yeah, that's why I miss rotation being the end of August.
I do as well because then you also played with the cards the whole season. So like
yeah,
you know, if you were really good with like I don't know, Guardy, you could play Guardy the whole year. And like I think I don't know. I was a much bigger fan of that than like the middle of the year, which like honestly, like let's just delay it 5 months. Make it after like NAIC. Like what's that, 3 months?
Ooh, that'd be cool. That'd actually be really cool.
NAIC is that's how it used to be. Like Worlds used to be like the whole new format. So like people would go in the lab and they would lock themselves in a room and figure it out. I remember there were people like they wouldn't go on ladder because they didn't want like their new deck to get leaked.
Yeah, no leaks. Yeah,
because it was also like back when the community was a lot smaller and people like you knew like you know Azul's name and like Jimmy Pendarvis, you know, like you knew who these people were, so you knew when you played when you hit them.
Yeah,
like
you knew those usernames.
Yeah, for sure. Like you knew when you were hitting someone who is probably you know bringing something crazy to Worlds.
Yeah.
But that is all for this week on the PokeStop Podcast. I want to thank everyone for watching. We'll see y'all next time where we'll probably be talking about the new set Phantasmal Flames coming out. So looking forward to that. But in the meantime, thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and let us know how we did. We'll see y'all on the next one.
Later.